Hello to all my ghouls and goblins. How are we doing? This is so cool. This is the first time I'm ever trying something like this, so please be open-minded. Now, I am super thrilled to be with all of you because it's time to really go full throttle. I feel like I have spent enough time sort of saturating the first 6 years of running Tethered Studios with what channels we've decided to run. And it's been such a pleasure getting to, take our time to really study platforms and how our studio approaches those spaces. So with the YouTube archive, I am so happy because I really learned a lot about what this space is for me and what's most important here for me. So yeah, but I think I would never want to lose this place in a million years. So I'm really excited to stay on the straight and narrow and really just keep it cinema over on this end. So this is a new cinematic endeavor I figured would be really amazing. Okay. So I was just getting some hemp news. I'm connected into the hemp network. Anywho. Man. So wow, where we are in time, folks, is truly historic. It really is in so many ways. And, as I thought to myself about how much what Tethered Studios is a institution that is living. And so in so many ways, everything that this network connects to and puts its hands on and touches receives that abundance, that covering, that gift of life that really comes with our network. And, a lot of that, I have to tell you, is cited from the lineage that I'm a part of. And specifically, my spiritual favor and covering comes from my father. And as you all know, this is the daughter company organization to my dad's original ministry that he started in 2001. So I am just buzzing with excitement that, my dad can be an entrepreneur of, over 25 years and be seeing that his efforts inspired, a similar path and trajectory in this child. And in a lot of ways, the experiences that he had and the journey and route that he had to take may have been innovated along the way for me. Maybe I'm younger, more clear, less obstruction on my journey to entrepreneurship. And so to honor my dad and to really help you guys out, he would really be thrilled about what I'm about to do. But I have actually, I have been, I remeditate on my own word and my own prophecy within my own life. But today is one of those days where I felt like there was such a concurrent message that my dad really wanted me to talk about in terms of and in lieu of and in light of the current conditions and climate that we're all undergoing energetically. So I want to open this up by acknowledging the original keepers of this planet, the original lineages of people who were here and responded to life and began to take care of this planet. Those keepers are the lineages that I know me and my four are derivatives of, and we are grateful to our roots as laborers and servants of this beautiful earth realm. And so that's who all of my work and my, moral axis really nods to is that way of life, the way of life that says I should be of use to the place that houses me. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, it's itchy. Anyways, so I thought, why not just genuinely give a few messages of my own, and we'll see how this flows. Maybe not, but we'll see how it flows. But anywho, I was just going to open up and wow, Spirit just really redirected me. That's not even what I was going to do. I was just going to open up and say that a lot of the inspiration today was brought to you by the independent work that I was doing with my dad. I feel like for a lot of reasons, you guys it's not like you're meant to go backwards, right? Of the Ray lineage, I'm definitely the institution that the general public now is tapping into because I'm updated. It's we can lose a lot of boxes, and Alexis is able to reach the audience that my dad always tried to reach, but couldn't reach because of the limitations of the framework he was taking. I saw the flaws of the framework because the framework didn't hold my identity. I couldn't be Black woman, queer, gifted. I couldn't be any of those things in a Christian framework. In a lot of ways, Baptist women, you're not allowed to preach, you're not allowed to do a lot of shit. So I was always in conflict because I was this prolific, gifted child. And so it was always awkward because a lot of these religious spaces that didn't allow women to speak would meet me and they'd be like, it's awkward. She's definitely touched by the divine, but we don't acknowledge that. So there are ways that I broke out of, the Christian framework, in the same way that any religious space can have the presence of God, you can tap in. How you gotta tap in. But to get the job really done, which is unifying the planet like right now, you kind of need to be me. You kind of need to be me for the Holy Trinity to take place. So the kid is here, so I'm gonna just do it my way. How about that? Let's see what the message is. Whoa. Okay, so Ace of Wands reversed, okay? This is the flame that comes from the hand of God. I think right now it kind of goes without saying that it's very obvious that God has spoken. I, for one, live for moments like this, for the positive polarity and the dark polarity, because I feel like humans disassociate as a species far too often because of non-movement. And it can be really, really easy for us to genuinely actually believe that God doesn't exist. So these kinds of moments are important because this is the message that I'm getting. There is a creative new beginning that there is the people who cause the pain have to watch. Like there's a lot of, you are severed, detached, separate from the new spark. So therefore it feels like an Ace of Wands reversed for you. It burns for you. It's actually a creative new beginning. But if you are receiving right now's energy, if you were receiving right now's update, newsflash, if it touched you by being an Ace of Rods in reverse, just know it has to do with the times that Spirit was trying to initiate you, and because it hurt how you felt, you didn't let it penetrate your heart. This is hardened hearts. Because it doesn't matter what God would have told you. God already told you this was coming and you didn't listen. This is a lot of like, what? God's burning us to the ground now? That's what it's on, God? Huh? And God's like, baby. How many times did I tell you? Not once, not twice, but thrice. Guys. Talk about strikes, brothers. Some of y'all was striking matches with God. Like some of y'all don't realize you just kept doing things that was like, and when you set your whole shit on fire, brush fire, it's like, wait, what? What do you mean, wait, what? There's genuinely nothing to wait for. You started the damn fire so goddamn fast. Are you sure you're ready for the creative new beginning that you have just embarked on? Probably not. Every liar is being broken down before the Spirit right now. I'll tell you that right now. Every fucking broken tongue, bastard tongue that's speaking out babble. How could it be that this, my child, my newborn baby saved my life while the fire. We were all needed. Like if you think that you need to fill your time with some sort of space or some sort of purpose, you're needed. You were kind of needed to help combat the fact that there's so many morons that's hearts are so, that God could have punctured you several times and you didn't even notice. You did not even notice. And now when it's burn up, it's like, ow, that hurts, God. It actually hurts. Like I'm seeing a lot of lungs. It's just like, it's like, you know what's funny is you guys are talking about how much I smoke and you were trying to play on me and talk about I'm an addict. What you guys are breathing in this week alone has you've probably got more bullshit in your lungs than I do when I microdose the marijuana. Straight up. So you might as well have spent your whole life smoking the way that this shit's about to fuck your shit up. And it's all of us. So, but notice how God got tired of y'all real quick. Seriously, you guys can't even make this up. Yesterday, as the fire is, because again, it's actually the new world. The problem is the thing that's going to get broadcast, because the people who run the broadcast are the bitches who are in hell. They're demons. It's not because media is demonic. It's because there are demons who run media that you guys keep watching. Just change what you're watching. Just stop watching demons. Stop listening to demons altogether. Because the people who shit, they can't even go outside right now and take a picture of the sky. That God made it very plain who's not covered. It's not about history. It's not about it's not about any of that. It's not even about slave. It's literally about the only thing that will save you now, though. You're not a slave. God already told you that. But you see, you keep listening to man who keeps trying to tell you you're a slave. You're not a slave. Why the fuck would God? That's not what you are. So the only way to shut that the fuck up is be like, shut the fuck up with trying to tell me I'm not even a black woman. That's not even what really I am to God. I am the most valuable thing to God. So all these little definitions are too small, but all of you are going to let man try to protect you right now, and it didn't work. It didn't work because why are you heartbroken right now? Because your mama and daddy can't save you. Money couldn't even save you. A nice property can't save you in a wildfire. You have to understand what forces indiscriminately are bigger than you. Our insignificance is not supposed to breed narcissism. It's supposed to develop perspective. It's supposed to help us innovate the lens to crazy proportions instead of this bullshit. 11:11. This is 1000% like, I sent you a lot of boats. You guys don't make me tell the Christian fable. Homeboy's like, help, God, I need a boat, help, I'm trying, I need a boat. Some shit. God sent 3-4 different types of dinghies, couple yachts. You know what I'm saying? God sent a lot of stuff. Nigga said, no, I got it. God's gonna come for me. God's like, God never came, nigga perishes. God, you never came, what the fuck? God said, baby, never came. I sent you Tethered Studios. I never came. I know that archive says 389 feature-length films of my word. I know that fucking archive got over 6K motherfucking images of what it looks like when you in the kingdom. And you ain't moved yet. You can't keep getting boats after boat after boat after boat. It was little boat, big yacht. It was all of it, right? You was getting it from God. You was getting it from God. You don't know how to manage it is the problem. This Virgo Venus is ugly, nigga. I already told you guys, ain't nothing but this equals that. All them watches in that fucking watch vineyard you basically have in your house, you niggas with too much. And what the fuck is too much gonna do for you on a day like today? What the fuck is too much gonna do for you on a day like today? It's gonna give you too much suffering is what it's gonna do. It's gonna give you a little too much suffering and it's not gonna feel good. This is the type of pain that's so bad, killing yourself doesn't even solve it. It's like, I don't even know what the fuck to say. When God gets you on Judgment Day like this, it's like, you know what? I don't even go. I don't even think I can afford to go. I don't even think I can afford to go. You looking at leaving this earth like a luxury. Like some of you bitches, because the kingdom opened up. And for some of y'all, it's the pain of everything getting burned down to the ground. Burning it to the ground, which is what you did before. This is a metaphor. What's happening outside of you already happened inside of you, like right before it happened. You burned your spirit to the ground by not listening to God's warning. Now you are physically separated from the kingdom because there are rainbows, double rainbows in God's kingdom. Remember we talked about in my school, a reversal means you're not seeing what God has already said what the fuck it is. This is where I had to strengthen myself in the last couple weeks because I said, Alexis, the problem I know is going to happen from dealing with all these narcissists and shit, the long-term effects, the cancer that I'm going to be having to fucking heal myself from these guys, is that I do not want to be a bitch who does not know though when the suffering has been ceased. Like when you're not supposed to be feeling bad anymore. Right? I had my season, but they weren't causing it. Even though they were humiliating me and bullying me, those people were not causing my suffering. That was God telling me you deserve to suffer. So I took it on the chin. I didn't bitch. I didn't complain. I took what God gave me for 3 years. Didn't say shit. Always said it's what I deserved. It's how I treated people. It's what I did in this life or the last. I already know it. So I'm gonna do my shit. I'm gonna do my time like a thug, like a real nigga. I get it out the mud and I'm gonna do it early. Maybe I can inspire a couple other little niggas. Right? So I did that shit. Because I never want to be a person, though, that when God says, Alexis, rise the fuck up, it's your time. Didn't nobody tell me to take it this week? And I took it. But who told me that? You guys missed it. You guys thought, like, why the fuck? You guys were even laughing at me while I was fucking shaking ass, looking sexy, getting your dick hard. You were laughing at me, trying to stuff your boner. Like, what the fuck is she doing? I was taking it. Because God said, baby, this is your main stage moment. If you don't take it right now, you're going to miss the window to get your justice. And I got my justice in perfect time. Because God told me to show. God said, you're the morning star. The light's on you, baby. Lights on you, baby. Because I'm about to prove you right in a way you don't even see. I didn't see it. Girl, I didn't know what day. In matter of fact, it wasn't even supposed to be like this. God was literally trying to get you guys on board. God was like, you have to pay attention to your country's Pluto return. You need to pay attention to the anniversaries of the genocide that has happened, because that shit's getting collected on like a cycle. So some of you bitches be like repping your set, throwing what the fuck you know, and you don't even know what you're repping. You're repping like a European super nation, okay? Okay. And let's clear it with the America slander, okay? Pause. Here's why. Pause. America is a country of propaganda. Matter of fact, America like the OG propaganda. America is propaganda. Why? Because there's a real story that's going on, and then there's a story that really got told by the white folks who wanted the power. Because we're seeing how this shit is panning out, and it's just as many niggas up in astronomical ways. Because for every way that there's not enough niggas in the middle class and the upper middle class, there's plenty of niggas that are like the one star seed that's like repping their whole state and fucking in a different tax bracket. A lot of these young YN niggas, they ain't been in the fucking survival, they've been fucking floating about it for a long time. So believe it or not, we need the hood niggas and we need the rap niggas. The fuck is y'all talking about? We need them. They represent the black they represent like the advancement of black people at this time. Why are y'all always trying to tear down Carisha? She's like a big statistic in our fucking bell curve, okay? We kind of need to know which black people are not fucking facing systemic fucking oppression right now and how fast they got there. It has to do with our, okay, so anyways. But like I fucking said, America, even in its, the America that came and swiped the shit, the thing is we say we came and we swiped the nation from the people who were here. That's still not even what happened. Because the niggas who were already here still stayed here. Their generations are still here on the land. And they still live in the protected sanctuary. We fucking make it mad inconvenient. But for the most part, the niggas, they didn't have to. They won. They won by being like, if you really won, we wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't have had no treaties, no nothing, no res, no nothing. So that didn't happen. That's propaganda. The niggas were still here. Yeah, it was beef. Yeah, it's aggressive. Yes, But also, the labor that built this country specifically was not no white labor. And that's what makes America some real nigga shit, because it wasn't actually built by white niggas. White niggas talk the most about America. But if you serve the true and living, they were never allowed to speak they were only allowed to speak the truth about what it was supposed to become, because the truth was always happening. So that's why when I say I'm royalty, when I say the niggas I know, when I say niggas in the hood are not dumbasses, they're geniuses, that's what I mean. Because the hood is the lineage of the laborers. The hood is the lineage of the servants, of the land. Yes? So those are actually the guys who built this country. Those are actually the guys who actually have all the wealth. Because the wealthy people in capitalism are the ones with the most money. In God's eyes, the ones with the most money use the money to show how much it took other people's energy. The money is a symbol of other people's energy. When we convert energy into currency, that's what we've done with every dollar bill, right? With every fucking piece of money. So USD, the sin on capitalism and money is that money is our outside projection of our internal energy bank. I have a value on astral that is there from birth, ascribed by God, that cannot be bartered by man. So every dollar I've ever made, every day that I stay alive and don't die, by finding abundance in the natural world, right? Outside of consumerism and convenience, technically that's what the assignment every day is like, don't die. We're still animals to that extent, right? But everything I generate comes from that bank. Now they control your mind. We talk about this by making you think that that's not even a thing. By suppressing your internal intelligence. That it's you who creates the money that you earn, even if it's $3 an hour. So these guys that have been playing with manifestation, they're not really doing anything. All they've mastered is that it's a manifestation portal, that there is a tree of life on this third dimensional earth reality. That what goes up comes down. That whatever is above is also below. That's the cheat code. So what I am saying right now is America was actually built by black and brown people and is sustained by black and brown people. That's actually the truth. The thing that runs it, you know? The white people in America really served as like upper management. Like genuinely, white people in America are really comfortable in management, not comfortable in production. But production, America is a production nation. American goods are what everybody's after. Because that's what, not because everybody's after American goods. I mean, like if you're talking about what comes out of America that makes America a superpower, it's the goods that produce. Because there's stars in America, 50 of them. You know what I mean? And so we can't be in conflict with our American history. What is it? What's the word? Let me tell you what the real story of America is without the propaganda. There's a lot of involuntary labor that was brought here to produce it, to build what structures are here. So you should thank the black and brown people around you, because it wasn't no white man's grandmama and them for the majority. Like the majority of the white people that were coming here were not coming here involuntarily. Do you get what I'm saying? They were part of the colonizer class, right? So you already have a level of mobility and consciousness and privilege to do so. But again, the white people in this nation are much more comfortable when the idea's already been conceptualized and we just need to maintain it, manage it, fucking micro, whatever. That's where you're going to find white people in every industry job, no matter what. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Ask any chef, ask any kitchen. And that's how the divide's going to go. White people should probably do some, something, managerial, to probably do the payroll, probably do let the white people do the weekly schedule. Let's just say that. Let the white folks run the schedule. They love shit like that. That's fine. But when it comes to scrubbing in grills and shit and making that food and shit, that's not them niggas. That's not them niggas at all. Not at all. Not at all. It's the plug-in of the diaspora and it's the local native guys. That's really what was here. If it wasn't for the native guys, we wouldn't even have a framework. Like, America is 100% what it is because of its geography and the land. 100, land of the free. It's the land. That's the subject here. So it's the native guys framework that that gave America the brand. So that's where we definitely have to make sure. But they're not even, this is where I have to correct it. The native guys still have all the power. It can't be that there's no gaslighting. There's an evolution on what this nation was supposed to be becoming, and all white people did was cut people out of the prophecy. This nation was always going to evolve. People's advancement in technology was going to always interconnect us, and we were never going to ever be able to stay segregated. It wasn't going to have to be that like niggas in Haiti only knew niggas in Haiti. There was always going to be, so colonization is the darkest way we could have mixed, right? But MLK's dream is objective. We can get there anyway, humanity, mixing and becoming a melting pot, finally experiencing each other and realizing we're all the same, even if we speak different languages and look different in our skins. That's the beautiful revelation humanity was supposed to have at this time. It was supposed to be kumbaya. We chose death and destruction. Okay, that's fine. But at the end, it's still showing you the same thing, that eventually humans were going to develop technology that would help us travel, connect, speak to each other, see each other, feel each other instantly, and know in real time, oh, there's no different. This stuff isn't real. So we're at that place right now. This isn't real. That's where we're at right now. The material world, the possessions, that's not it. That's just what we use to divide ourselves. But it's not truth. Source is the truth. Unity is the truth. The truth is, there is no separation. That's the truth. The truth is, you can't put on a mask and say, it's only good for you. It's only amazing for you. Those are the only people getting got right now. Burned to the ground even. Is the narcissist and the capitalist. The narcissistic capitalist, yes. Because the undertone of capitalism has this undertone of never let them see you sweat. A big business play in successful capitalism is don't ever show people when your market is down. Act like your market never goes down. And that's so counter Aquarius, because Aquarius says authenticity or death. And the authentic truth of human life is shadow and light. So just becoming a narcissist and being like, I've never had a bad day. No, never. I don't have an opinion. Nope, nothing dissenting to say. Nope. Everything's good over here. Nope, we're better. We're just having so much more fun. You usually, the most, when you are having a royally unfun time. So that's your Presidente breaking down the future for America in a good 24 succinct minutes. You're welcome. I wasn't here to make this difficult or confusing. I'm just trying to tell you my politics are rooted in like actual unseen phenomena. Because our source, or even our picture of ourselves as one planet, all connected, one globe, is not visible to us. I can't see what the whole planet looks like right now. Like, I can't produce that myself. So that's what I put my faith in. That the vision of unity is unseen. So do not have a fear of the unseen. And do not code the unseen with that which you do not truly know. And also don't code it with things that you really don't want to be there. What I tried to tell you girls is you're getting what you wanted. If you can't breathe outside, that's what you wanted. At a higher level, all the decisions that you made about ignoring your intuition in recent weeks that got you to the outcomes that you're at right now as a person, all of that comes from the truth. Many of you won't tell the truth. You want to be done with the grid. You want to be able to be like, this isn't an appropriate place for me to be anymore. If you have fucking shit to correct karmically, if you feel like your people have been a part of nothing but destruction and you want to make a serious change, because a lot of people are going to have to be doing that right now. It's time to reckon. Not everybody was a good guy, and maybe not all of your 30,000 ancestors were good guys either. I have to deal with the parts and the ways that my ancestors were not good guys. I've talked to you about the incest, about the fucking fuckery, about the fucking child abuse. I've talked about it. That's why I had to move myself. You know? And that's what I'm saying, King of Cups. It's karma. But it'll open your heart chakra right up. This experience really opened it up. But I think it had to get that bad because I don't think people like me really know how clogged people's shit is at an ancestral level. I told you guys, most of the stuff, like I was telling my husband this to really get him to visualize. Like we always talk about as non-Black people, like, oh, I empathize like with the Black experience, or I can imagine what it must have been like to be in systemic like oppression all your life and never have been above the poverty line, to have always been on government assistance, or to really be in some of those realities that many Black individuals have experienced directly because slavery, not because they're Black individuals, because slavery was targeted on Black Americans. That specifically was something a lot of us endured. And there are a lot of Black Americans that will tell the story that in their spirit, going through welfare didn't make sense. When I say Carisha is saying where all my scamming niggas out, she's actually speaking to the deepest, coldest truth of being a Black fucking American. We are souls just like every other non-Black person that feels limitless. Yet we feel the most limited by being put in a system that's like, because you're Black, you will have to have these steps. Like Carisha would have been just fine if she was born in a white body with the same ability, the same voice, the same iconography, right? But if her path was not obstructed by Blackness, which made her experience certain things, like Black people have a right to be connected to each other. We have a right to be like nigga, whatever. Because at the end of the day, that is a sacred rite of passage that Black Americans whose ancestors were involuntarily put through slavery now get to hold, to never forget that you guys forced us to make a step that otherwise we wouldn't have had to have. Overcoming slavery is something you put on Black Americans in this country. It's a step that, because look at how many Black people don't even know anything about being broke. They've never experienced poverty. They're like, I don't know. We come from money. We come from something, right? Not every Black person came from absolutely nothing. But all Black people, whether they were kings or queens in the African diaspora, were put on that fucking boat and brought over here. And they were stripped verbally. Again, propaganda. They were told you're a slave, now you're not a king. But you can't, what makes someone a king is obviously what's in him, the DNA. So these kings were going, and that's all I'm highlighting, is that we were told to be niggas. So I'm never going to drop it. I'm a nigga, because I swear to God, it's the impediment. Every time I try to walk in a room and tell y'all how smart I am off top, you see the nigga, you see the woman, you see the pussy, you see the titties. You never see the genius that's coming here to save the fucking race. You never see that. So yes, niggers unite. Because we all had to stop there first. And it's annoying, right? Think about, I don't know what black person speaks to you. Think about Virgil Abloh. That shit's annoying, brother. We all got to touch base with fucking being chattel slaves, right? Kanye West, it's like it affects all of our trajectory. And then you see the reverberations because it just was never supposed to be that a population of people were ever enslaved. It wouldn't do well. It wouldn't fare well on the human spirit because it's not natural to be broken in. In the recent past, the flames were on the way, and Page of Wands, immaturity. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Ace of Rods. I think the flames are coming and what you were doing with your Page of Wands, with your freedom. Because you can't blame God that said, what are we going to say? No. You see, no one has the response about the fire. Like, no one has the response about the climate crisis right now that's happening in North America. That's like, this shouldn't be happening. Nope, nobody's even saying that. We can't even say that. This is what is happening because of how we choose to live. You can structure society however you want. I don't even know if God has much to do with any of this. God will warn you, however, when that is time for that shit to happen. Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. This is inheriting New Earth. I told you, they were not going to be able to spread the propaganda of slavery. Slavery is like, in American history, in terms of the function of the nation, it's also just the method that the colonizer used to secure a labor. Like, if you're looking at the economic budget plan of creating a new nation, there's a portion of that that's like, how are you going to build all this? Who's going to do that? They secured that labor from slaves because they were like, we don't know any guys. We're runaways from England. We're the like bum buster brokies from England. We don't even know any guys. We definitely don't know enough guys to build a nation and overthrow if there's any, like, overthrow people if there's any, like, discrepancies, right? We don't know any guys. So we're never going to just steal some guys and then, like, beat them with weaponry and disease and famine so that they're just too weak to, like, rise against us. That was it. But that's where all of black people's entire fucking future generations' history is housed. On someone's budget sheet down here, and please insert how we're going to secure the labor for this new nation. Oh, stolen black people. That will make your stomach churn when you're someone like me. Yes. Because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, my whole existence is on this little baby petri. Look. I feel like some days my shit is like this. Just this. Just my whole existence is like a little teacup. My whole universe. And that just disturbs me. Because the sensation of being alive feels so infinite. And sometimes you really are just living out a timeline that a white man imagined for you. And I've been going through that through my Saturn return, and it really boils my blood. It really boils my blood because you unimaginative motherfuckers really wrote just the most raggedy story. It's like, what the fuck am I even supposed to be filling my time with? You guys didn't even have a plan for black people. You were like, oh, we got to figure out what happens when we bring them in as slaves? How do we write? What are we going to call their grandkids? We already called them niggers. Like, what's worse than a nigger? We don't even have any, right? They wanted so little for me. And I'm so much. So, it's like awkward. So, there's about to be a giant expose about false gods. Because all that attention and destiny swapping energy to be something, all that, how high up we can build ourselves. But when the spotlight comes on you, you will be too weak. And we will know it was false. Not false for the bullshit. False because the same way that you could not identify the star when it was in your face, that will be your curse. Too weak every time. counts. Notice that. There's a lot of people right now who's like, damn, I know that was my window. Damn, I was supposed to move then. Damn. Yeah, damn. Every time the mic is passed, it's just gonna be. Many did not expect to be crucified. I warned, they didn't expect it. This is a crucifixion you didn't see coming. Because I think for a long time people thought like, yeah, but that's just what people say. It's different when God's like, I don't fuck with you at all. People are definitely clear that today they've gone down the wrong path. They thought, oh, I'm just picking karmics, and it was never that. People are realizing every decision I ever made is actually why this is so bad for me right now. These are people who think you can discard people or think it's like, you know, just like whatever. But it's like, no, every single time you do that, you put yourself further and further down a path. This is energy that did not know that did not realize. It's almost more so like, maybe you weren't even having an assessment of people, but it's like, oh, these are the types of people that come with a really fucked up dark path. I think a lot of people are realizing that. Like, they were claiming shit that's like, I look really stupid right now before God because everything that I claimed, God really just made you die on your sword straight up. Everything that I was just claiming really proud, everyone will see, is the stuff that comes on a path. So you're a teacher for sure. You're showing out for sure because people will never go for what you're doing. Bad investment. Cut off from the kingdom. Not even the biggest fear. I don't think people understood what I said. I said, you don't understand. Not investing in me is going to probably become your new life story. Like, you will be known as the person who didn't do that. I have that big of a destiny. Sorry that you're racist and misogynistic, but I do really have that big of a destiny. I said that from day one. It's like, I'm definitely a really good spirited person who was sent here to be exactly that. And I walk and embody that. So I don't really fuck people over. So fucking me over would probably be the stain of a lifetime. This is a King of Cups whose heart chakra got opened to, it's sad because you need to understand the only thing that could open this heart chakra, don't be this person to God. Where the only thing, you only are open when it's all burned to the ground. It does create new energy, but like some of you really need to understand you're a destroyer. You need to understand that like it's not an option when you really want change to just destroy things you're accountable for building, because you can do it. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do, but you have to understand you also built what you're destroying. So having no couth and decorum for how you tear things down is a big problem right now. Because who the fuck are you being reckless with? It's all you. You claimed all the shit. In a lot of ways, too, this is someone being like, dude, this is like someone getting the conviction in their spirit that, like, they finally are at the precipice. Like, it's finally hitting their spiritual truth that it's like, I was always so scared of investing in this thing because of what the perception was. But this thing has shown me, this cataclysmic burning down has shown me, I would have been way cooler if I did the gangster thing and actually denounced immediately as soon as I came across the kingdom, this level of value to God. As soon as I came across God in the flesh, I should have immediately known that's it. I can devote my life to it. Because someone is devout now. And they'll never change. That's what it was about. This is all about converting you. It's not about getting an outcome with any specific thing in life. This is really about getting you to really believe in God for real. As the best outcome for you. open-hearted is how God wants you to go through this life on this earth. And we got to make a planet and a system and a structure for ourselves that makes it easier for people to be open-hearted and not harder. We can do that. We can have a gentle life. So everything burns to the ground. And then this is also someone being like, I should and will burn anything to the ground, because they actually, this is like a King of Cups. Like you're back online with your intuitive body. So all the things that you would stagnate on and wouldn't do that were just putting you in cycles of hell. You're realizing now it stops when I want it to stop. Like the whole point here is, if it feels bad, just stop. You don't have to stay and suffer somewhere. You don't. Again, God is really speaking to all of you individually and intimately. I don't know what part of my messages hits your spirit and convicts you to the point where you're like, that was for me. That little nugget was for me. But you need to understand something. Look at how shit is turning out for certain places and then adjust. Can you do help from where you are? Is it make sense for you to be where you are? And what can you do? What does doing something and playing your part look like? Maybe even in the role that you have, you're not in any type of survival issue, you're not anything, but like from where you are in a position in the society where you're not really, maybe it won't grow your state. Right at this time, you got to make the moves you really got to make. Because it is really as serious as it looks. It's not going to get better, so you need to understand what change can I make and where can I make it from. Six of Cups reverse. I feel like someone is like, I want a total reset. This is the type of stain where it's like the whole history of what I have done doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, how shit, that's what I'm saying right now. Shit, I am here to tell you shit was supposed to go a different way. I think that's a very specific type of grief when you're grieving that it was supposed to actually be different. God's plan was very different than this. And I also just get it was way better. Because it just looks like the plan was, like, someone's lack of consciousness meant that the story was going to be written, that the star went unseen, that, you know, people didn't see third parties coming, that third parties weren't going to just be, like, spineless and, like, strike back, that we were just going to not invest in the star when we saw it. And that the outcome of releasing your soulmate, this is like releasing it. Someone is learning, if you let go of, like, there's a huge message right now. There's like deep karma because people are feeling this. Some people let go of something they could not afford to have actually released, because the thing that people released was their future. Because now, Judgment Day came after the Ten of Wands, right? So we're back at the Ace. We're currently at the Ace. This is all of our new beginning. This is the new world. Welcome. And the problem is, the outcome of the reading is that you're going through a cycle without the one thing you really needed. And this is deeply personal because this is like you need it. It's like you need it. You need it the same way you always needed it. What's really for you, you've always needed. God. You've always needed God. And it just looks like people hollowed out God. And now it's like Ten of Wands reverse. They're having to reflect on how, like, oh, I probably shouldn't have released God in my life. I kind of need God now. That's it. That's kind of the message. Damn, summer 26, and it's like, I kind of need God now. I probably shouldn't have released God. Straight up. Probably shouldn't have done that. Because now I can't even fake that what's happening right now is about the shit that I was swearing I should ditch God for. It's not about that stuff. It's about God. That's what I'm saying. God and burdens. That's what the Cancer New Moon said. So while people were being like, it's so corny to talk about God, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay, well then we know where you're going to go when it's apocalypse. You're just not going to go anywhere. You're going to die. Yeah, it's about God. A lot of people are being converted. Converted. To the winning team, yeah. Because of the wheel turning. Because it might be death. Conviction. The work I'm producing is convicting spirits. It's like, oh shit. Yeah. Bet you niggas are ready to redistribute some wealth now. Get this shit proper. Yeah, because it sucks when the apocalypse happens. And there's no light, and then there's only one place to get real light when you really need it. When Satan claims you, you're like, wait, because this is the thing. I know you guys are demons, but I don't think you want to be demons. I think if you were consciously aware that you do serve Satan right now, you would probably, and you got a taste of what like letting Satan run dominion over your life gives you. Because Satan running your life feels normal until you realize there are people whose life is sustained by God. Satan is an illusion. That's the issue. You're letting illusions, which is the random samsara of it all. You get what I'm saying? God will give you nirvana. Satan will give you like samsara because it's the absence of God. Satan is the space filled where there is no divine order. So your life really is up to the synchronicity and the alignment of the now moment. And that's where the climate crisis fucking, that's what I'm saying. We need the presence of God because you do have to opt in. God will protect and change things. Stop things. God will intervene on this planet if you believe. If you don't, fuck it. You don't gotta have any intervention. Just take whatever comes. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything. But I think there are a lot of people who did not choose the samsara shit. Most of us didn't want to be put in the system. Most of us want to be in the kingdom. Because it just feels better. I mean, shit, I don't want to be in the ghetto and getting random ass shit coming my way. There's also feeling like there isn't anything else to invest into other than the Two of Cups. There's nothing else. Because being locked outside of the kingdom outside of love is the worst thing in the world. These fires you don't have enough to fucking see. This is what someone's fear. Someone's fear-based movement was getting them to cause wars the whole time they were about to get obliterated. When you play God, sometimes you create a mess of things. I think, let me just end this. God let you run the show and everyone got booed off, and the whole shit got booed off the set. Let's let God do the story writing, okay, you guys? That's why I do documentary. I don't want to do like you girls making long form fiction. Shit is shitty and bad, and it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and do a little channel message for today. I think it's like a new daily thing. I've definitely crossed over. I feel so comfortable in my skin right now to just be like, you know what? It wasn't that I was off about my spiritual gifts and abilities, but it was that I was just waiting on the right time. So I'm really grateful that the time is now, that people are ready to hear God's word and accept it fully. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this studio. Like I told you, I'll probably be known solely for my spiritual work, really. All the other rah-rah that you girls tried to run and throw my name in the streets with was for the birds. So peace.